Take your coffee break with me.
Hello and welcome back to Coffee Break with Candace, coming to you from Austin, Texas. Before we get started today, I want to give a shout out to my nephew, little Victor, in California. I'm sending love from Auntie. So do well in school. Today's special guest is an accomplished studio and scenic artist whose career spans 25 years and includes work in regional theater, themed attractions, industrial film, and music tours. Please welcome to the show, Karen Maness. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I'm very excited to have you here today.
Happy to be here.
And we are filming in your studio, which is spectacular.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a beautiful space to create in.
Welcome.
So thank you so very much.
I'll have coffee.
Yes, please. We love and fully support coffee on this show, so you have coffee as often as you like throughout. So
It keeps me going every day.
It keeps a lot of us going. So anyway, you have had quite the career with obviously more to come, just so incredibly talented. So now tell us about what you do currently.
Currently, I am the Scenic Art Supervisor at the University of Texas at Austin. So I teach graduate and undergraduate students scenic art for theater and film. And I'm a bit of the department's resident artist, if you will.
Wow.
In that, in the spring, I teach more traditional figurative painting and actually how to paint people and clothing and how it drapes off of bodies. And so basically the people I'm teaching are set designers, costume designers, lighting designers, projection designers. Basically, I'm teaching them how to communicate visually and use the medium of paint to do it and start carving out space and composition and think that way to give these people analog tools to support the digital tools they are also working on. So if you are adept in an analog realm in terms of just like painting with animal hair and pigments, you have the potential to be incredible in the digital world.
Really?
Yeah. The knowledge of, if you have a true understanding of color and saturation and value and temperature and composition and texture and how to manipulate light and shadow to create space and interest and focus, and if you have that ability before you get your hand on a digital tool, you're going to be so much better at that. And so that's something I'm very interested in. I'm not about just like only painting by hand, but for this current generation, they must have both. And if you don't have the ability to actually understand light and color and paint, you will be limited in your future.
Wow.
So I attest, that is my belief. I will. So that's what's happening currently. Also, I have my studio art practice here going on. That's always continuing, even though I have my full-time life at UT. When I moved to Texas in 1999, I made a promise to myself that I was coming here so I could be the artist I was supposed to be, in addition to being a scenic artist, and to be a teacher. And
that's fantastic.
It's been amazing. That's why I'm still here on many fronts at UT. I've been there, it'll be 17 years in October.
Wow.
And I keep creating my own challenges there, but the opportunity to teach has been what has kept me. Like, I know how to do the job. I've known how to do that job. For years. I'm accustomed to working with the best designers in the world. And it's so exciting to be in their lives at that point, at that transition. And if I can give them anything that will help them accelerate themselves, I will. If they do the work, I will give them anything I have. And I feel like you asked me earlier about mentors. And another mentor I had in junior high school in that arts program I was part of, her name was Miss JP, and she always had these beautiful bangles on her wrists and like it's just like an arm full of silver bracelets. And she was so influential to me as a teacher and sharing her knowledge and always encouraging me. At my high school graduation, she gave me a little box in it with one of her bracelets.
Oh, wow.
And in that, she had a little note that said, "Remember, you have to give it all back."
Oh, that's beautiful and
like,
powerful.
And that is that is my, if I could have a shirt, that would be my mission, is to give everything I've learned back, but also here forward and every day learn as much as I can to keep giving back. So, and that leads me into this book a little bit. This book, I just jumped.
Well, I can tell you're passionate about so many things.
I am.
So, and that's it's beautiful to see someone be passionate. So
I'm embarrassingly in love with being a studio artist. I'm embarrassingly in love with painting people.
Wow.
And creating work that can maybe change someone's space in life, to create a painting that will make their home a better place to be.
Sure.
And nurture what they want to create with their families. So yeah, that is why I will always have to be a studio artist. But I have so much fun and joy in creating big work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I love the camaraderie. I love the support of working with other painters to realize one vision. And I love the fact that it goes on stage, done, next one, something new is coming and it's interesting.
Yeah.
I love that, but I need this life as a studio artist and a painter in my own right to paint for me.
Sure.
And paint my voice. I spent a lot of years painting other people's voices. And when I moved to Austin, it was a promise to myself that I will honor my voice and I will carve that time out.
And where do you find inspiration for, I mean, these are, spectacular. Where do you find the inspiration for the work you do?
So interesting. It's funny, my life, it's just like a big circle. What moves me in theater is an intimate connection between characters and a vulnerability you get to experience as an audience member. That kind of intimacy in terms of getting to know a character or a person and that connection between people is exactly what I want to paint when I'm painting people.
Okay.
This is exactly what I want to paint. And it's also not surprising. So I have like people and that narrative, but also I love creating paintings that shape space to place you in a setting, which is also not surprising that I spent my whole life creating settings for these narratives. So it's very funny. It talks, it continues to talk back and forth. And so that is, I would say, that is my inspiration. And also, you see a few of these paintings back here. When I moved to Texas, I had never seen such skies.
Wow.
Ever. I'm coming from San Diego, and I was just floored, and I'm still captivated with the Texas skies. And you'll see a lot of water paintings too. When we got into a terrible drought in Austin, I just kept painting water because I thought, okay, I'm going to will it into existence. Or if I can't have it around me, I'm going to paint it around me.
Sure. And
so I started painting a lot of skies with water and with rain. And I guess that also speaks a little bit about my life. If something is happening in my life that it's not the shape I want it to be,
yes,
I will move things to help me try to get to the life that I'm supposed to be having, and the life that I want. It's not supposed to be having, but if I can, I will not settle with things just happening to me. If I could choose a way around, I will try to carve a path for myself as I can.
That's awesome. Where does that come from? Did your mom raise you that way? Your dad? Who inspired you to have a mindset of that nature? Not everybody has that.
No, I suppose not. My father was very positive. Yeah, he didn't understand what really it meant for me to be an artist at all, but he just loved me and just said, you go be whatever you want to be.
That's awesome.
And my mom was amazing. She was an artist. She was a theater person. She is tough. She's just like, you be the strongest, you be the fastest, you be the best in that room. You better earn your spot. So that's my mom.
Okay. I know, but I'm sorry. I can.
That's her.
I can go with that.
And then my dad just like, I love you unconditionally.
That's the best of both worlds.
It's good.
Really.
It's good.
Yes,
it's
it
good.
is.
Good balance.
Yeah.
But what taught me that? I continue to do a lot of work, and I continue every day to think about. I believe deeply that you can change. You can affect people around you. You can change the temperature of a room.
I agree.
You can make someone's day better by just doing something and being thoughtful.
Yes.
And by giving, you're not ever losing. You're growing something. I don't lose from giving. I fill from it and help pass something positive forward, which you choose in life how you want to live your life, and how you if I have a choice, I want to live in light. If that makes sense.
I love it. No, I absolutely agree. And now it's clear to me, we have a mutual friend, and so it's clear to me why she introduced me to you, because I so believe in what you're saying as far as light and making choices, and it's so positive.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's really good.
And I'm grateful. I have a show coming up at Davis Gallery, painters painting painters, and we're all figurative painters painting each other, which is hilarious. So each painter will have 3 pieces, themselves and 2 of the other artists.
Wow.
So that's at Davis Gallery, and that opens on September 24th. And then also I threw my hat in the ring for
because you have free time.
Because I have free cats apparently, and I have the most tolerant husband on the planet and supportive husband. And so I'm part of a 3-person show next August 2017 at the Georgetown Arts Center, and it's all contemporary landscape. So I get to do big paintings, and I'm so excited. That's with Rebecca Bennett and Sean Camp, and that's in Georgetown. And so that's what's coming. So I just kept saying yes. Okay, so oftentimes I don't even know how I'm going to be able to do it. Like the East Austin Studio Tour is coming up as well, November 12th, same day, and 13th, and the following weekend. And I've said yes, so I will be open here in my studio on the East Austin Studio Tour, and then I will leave, and someone will sit in my studio while I go launch a book, and then I'll come back the next day and be in the studio tour again, because it's that studio tour, and I would love to actually right now honor Shay Little and Big Medium for all of their work on that studio tour. They have changed the shape of art in Austin.